All right, so let's get down to business. Welcome to Spring Trends on Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. My name is Emmanuel Ujaldigele, and I'm glad to have you join us on the Tuesday edition of the program. Don't forget, we're reaching you live from StarTimes channel 190 on the DTT platform. You can follow us on all our social media handles displaying right on your screen now: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And of course, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Western Spring Television. So let's get over to Twitter now and start our day for you, where vice presidential candidate or vice president-elect on the platform of the APC, Kashim Shettima, was being dragged yesterday. Why was he dragged? He made a very big mistake. Nobody knows if it was deliberate, but it appears to be something that he said. So let's look at Shettima's tweet that caused him to be dragged yesterday. Mr. Shettima, former governor of Borno State, put up a congratulatory tweet and said, "Congratulations to Zara Ibrahim, a Nigerian lecturer and PhD student of engineering at Aberdeen in Scotland, for winning the prestigious European Drilling Engineering Innovation Award. Her presentation on a novel approach for well bore strengthening whilst the judges and secured her the top spot among the nominees. She's a role model for excellence and innovation in engineering. Let's celebrate her success and encourage more girls to pursue education and their dreams." Now, this appeared to have been really nothing serious. It appeared to have been a congratulatory message from a place of goodwill. But the only problem with that message was that what he was congratulating the young lady for happened on the 17th of September, 2019. As you can see right there on your screen, the University of Aberdeen School of Engineering posted Miss Ibrahim and congratulated her for making that achievement on the 17th of September 2019. So you wonder why it took 4 years for Kashim Shettima to congratulate the lady in 2023 when it happened in 2019. Let's take a look at the reactions of Nigerians on that story and what they had to say about Kashim Shettima. Thomas, not Sankara, starts off our conversation. It says, "How can you be congratulating someone in 2023 for an award won in 2019? Is everything okay at home, sir? Even the recipient has long forgotten the award, but APC Vice President-elect is just seeing it to further an ethnic agenda. Shame on you, Shettima." Ola Weapon says, "Kashim Shettima no get data 4 years ago when this award was won, man." Well, let's look at those comments again. The second comment there is Ola Weapon says, "Kashim Shettima no get data 4 years ago when this award was won. Man just got someone to honor spot for him. The reason for the belated congratulations." That's from Ola Weapon. The next comment comes from Name Cannot Be Blank, or Name Can Be Blank. Name Can Be Blank says, "I happily congratulate Zara Ibrahim for winning this award in 2019. While it doesn't take away from the joy of recognition, this is not a recent happening, as can be seen in the link. No need to manufacture events for propaganda purposes." Dameo Design says, "Took you 4 years to congratulate her. Even Internet Explorer plus Glow can be this slow now." Some persons have said it's a deliberate action, but we don't know what was running through the mind of Shettima. Ayo Heart says, "Ogade, must you talk? Award since 2019. Shady wine mini. Shakin Shebiora." Chap Chuma says, "How can you be congratulating someone in 2023 for an award won in 2019? Is everything okay at home, sir?" Very good question that should be asked, from Shettima there. And Ife Love says, "Everybody's congratulating Kashim Shettima too. Wanted to congratulate LOL. He had to congratulate her for winning an award in 2019. Shaking my head. Nigeria is in a big problem." And the next comment is from Speaking My Truth. Says, "It took Peter Obi congratulating Nigerians for Kashim Shettima to remember what happened in 2019. You do not celebrate the academic excellence of your people. You're only playing politics. election now your mate. And now Nigerians began to, play that game with Kashim Shettima. Mufasa says, congratulations to the Super Eagles of Nigeria for winning the just concluded AFCON 2013. Good job, boys. Adene Komayowa says, congratulations, Agbani Darego, for winning Miss World. You made Nigeria proud. Keep winning, Queen. But that's that on that story there with Kashim Shettima and his congratulatory goof there. Let's move over to something that I introduced to you yesterday, something that I showed you on the show, but all the way from Rivers State. Yesterday, the Punch newspapers reported that a young man was assaulted in the presence of his wife. A viral video shared on social media on Monday shows the woman, a police officer, assaulted a man on the highway in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. In the video shared, the police officer was seen slapping and flogging the man. Let's take a look at that video now.
Flog me now.
Well, you can see that assault occurred right there, even with the person's wife there. I mean, it shouldn't, whether or not his wife was there, it shouldn't even be happening at all. So much has been said about police brutality and why it needs to stop. But I don't know why it's still happening. And let's look at Nigerians' reaction. Crypto King says, the thieves in uniforms are only active when it's unarmed civilians. You don't see who if it oppress, so why not? Ade Wright says, when will all this stop? Abishe, this guy look like Yahoo Boy again. I mean, it's even right there with his woman in the car. My daddy's mandate must be restored. Jesse Sorrell says, Nigerian police is not your friend at all. I keep on asking myself what orientation they receive from their training before becoming police. I will move on to the next comment now. COG Logical Piper says, seeing Big Belle when take the chop bribe. That's the only comment you have on a very serious issue like that. Let's take Joe Fitzjoe says, if you think election stops and ends at the polling unit, you are joking, because your choice at the polls has a long-time effect. A good and a visionary leader will put laws in place to checkmate this type of people. VFXG says, if by now you never get Okigbe, Ayeta, Tijo, Odeshi, Fobon, Aluwo, Bante, and so on, now you know, as they slap that guy now, that one take Aluwo beat him, you go know what's in the soul. Nigerians are trying to use violence to respond to violence. Xander the King says, I do tell people when you get to where the police are, just be yourself. If documents are asked, give it to them. Don't say anything, and if they ask for money, just say I don't have any money to spare. Really, whenever I'm around, I respect myself, because these police people can't be trusted. I mean, sometimes you don't even have to say anything to them. It's just by even responding, you're in trouble. They tell you, is that how to talk to me? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know why Nigerian police are like that. Olukofa Ibrahim says, what an insult. Police officer is trained to be composed even in the face of provocation. The slapped gentleman has not in any way behaved rudely to the officer as per what we saw. Casey Williams says, thank God saying a flog in flogger. Most of them won't hesitate to pull the trigger and still won't be held accountable for their actions. Official Shaka says, no matter how you try to defend the Nigerian police, you definitely come across a situation that will definitely want to make you give up on them. And just last night, there was an update on that story, on that matter, coming from the police public relations officer, Muyiwa Dijobi, who said that those officers had been arrested, that there were 3 in the video. They had been arrested and moved over to Abuja, where they will now face the consequences of their actions. From there, we still move over to talking about high-handedness and brutality and insensitivity. Somewhere in this country, in Akure, some young cadets, very young boys who had just graduated from, I think, the NDA or some army, military, arm, took to the road to disrupt traffic because they wanted to show power. Let's take a look at that video.
They cannot do anything. They can only run, they cannot do anything. That clear. They can only run, they cannot do anything. That clear. Over there. They have a car, we don't have a car. They have a car, we are using legs. Is that clear? But they wait for us. They wait for us.
You can see that they couldn't even talk properly. They sounded like babies whose brains have not. I mean, you know, they really sounded incoherent to me. It sounded like people from primary schools. It again calls to question the recruitment process of the NDA. Someone like that who's trying not to, I'm trying so hard to contain myself. So let's just go straight to the comments now. We'll begin with Define Chuku Wireless, who says, official DSS at police at HR, HQ Nigerian Army. This is always happening. What type of barbaric attitude are these, please? I call Stan first grade thriftwear says, these two should be picked up by the necessary authorities and dealt with. They need to be made as an example for the rest. Kwatha Ramadan Karim says, wait first, are they selling personal power and authority to Nigerians somewhere that we don't know? Run me real quick. And Yola Kinkotu says, this happens every year. Cadets from National Nigeria Defense Academy arbitrarily stop traffic for several minutes and leave everyone in the scorching sun as a show of their power. The NDA will condemn it openly, but secretly it is encouraged as a rite of passage. They call it plumbing 101. Nayoth said, this mentality of we can do as we like and you can't do shit needs to be abolished in military trainings and schools. They chose to sweat, suffer, and weep for the camouflage. Nobody forced them. They should exercise their power in the thick bushes close to enemy territories. Good advice. Akwesi says, they are not from the older generation. The young are supposed to be changing the narrative, but, well, you can see what they are doing. Chuku Michael says, this is one of the reasons most Nigerians joined the armed forces. Because if you truly love and respect your country, you will never try this. Dr. Dave says, cadets of what institution? These guys are constituting nuisance and should be arrested. I agree. And Creator Cypher says, being to Ghana, I've not seen any of this nonsense. You will only see soldiers only if there's a security issue or dire situations involving national security. You wear camouflage past them, they don't even bother you. Nigeria, they want to show you they are men of force. Additional lady says, this nonsense, this totally nonsense. Just ordinary cadet is doing this. We need to stop all this nuisance in this country tomorrow. Now another society will come out and do its own too. Well, we need to stop all forms of impunity by men in uniform. You need to stop brutalizing people. You need to stop making life difficult for people just because you are in uniform. Whatever you are supposed to serve and protect the Nigerian populace, and not to make life hard for them, not to assault them, and not to put them under the scorching sun in the name of plumbing or whatever it is called in the Nigerian Defense Academy. My name is Emmanuel Jadigeli. That's where we leave the show this morning. Do well to stay safe, be on the safe side of the law. I'll see you tomorrow on the midweek edition of the program.